Namaskar, I am Soma Senroy from India Meteorological Department, and I will be discussing the weekly uh, outline of the weather during the last 1 week from 9th to 15th February 2023. If we see the weather during the last entire week, it is we had two consecutive western disturbances. The first one, which is outlined in green, affected Indian region from 9th to 12th February 2023. Subsequently, there was a more feeble western disturbance on 14th February. Along with the first western disturbance, there was a induced cyclonic circulation in the lower levels up to 1.5 kilometers initially over central Pakistan and adjoining West Rajasthan, which later moved to Punjab. Well, the second one was very weak. Remnants of these western disturbances, they also gave some rainfall activity and thunderstorm activity over Arunachal Pradesh and East Assam and Nagaland. Uh, Consequent to the movement of the first western disturbance, we had strong surface winds on North India during 11th to 13th February 2023. If we see the cumulative rainfall during the week from 9th to 15th February, uh, you'll see most of the rainfall, like I said, was in association with the western disturbances. So the western Himalayan region, uh, we got only light rainfall. No heavy rainfall was recorded. Over Sub-Himalayan West Bengal and East Assam, there are some isolated rainfall patches. Overall, the country received a minus 48% as a whole for the season, and East and Northeast India received the maximum rainfall, while Central India, in terms of percentage of the total rainfall, though in actual terms expected is also very less, is the least rainfall. If we see in terms of excess or large excess, rainfall was normal over Jammu and Kashmir. It was deficient over the remaining parts of Western Himalayan region and plains of Punjab and Haryana, and it was large excess over Arunachal Pradesh. Remaining subdivisions had deficient or no rainfall during this season, during this week. This is the observed day-to-day rainfall pattern. As you can see, the rainfall was confined to over the Western Himalayas and the Eastern Himalayas, as I've already mentioned. Uh, that is in the picture to the left. Whereas the picture to the right shows the minimum temperature change during the last 1 week. If you note that the minimum temperatures were, if you see from 9th to 11th, there was more or less increase in minimum temperature, whereas with the onset of the strong surface winds, which was 30 to 40 kmph, minimum temperatures dropped over entire North India during the period 11th to 13th and also 14th February 2023. If we see the thunderstorm activity, significant thunderstorm activity occurred over Jammu and Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh associated with the first western disturbance during 10th and 11th February, and as it moved eastwards, it happened over Uttarakhand on 11th February. There was no significant cold wave reported throughout the country. There was some isolated cases of stations satisfying 1 day at a time over East Madhya Pradesh, but overall, no large scale cold wave conditions were reported. Similarly, there were no significant fog conditions reported throughout the country. Isolated stations over northwest, east, and northeast India reported, but large scale fog conditions did not occur during this last 1 week. If we see the main synoptic features during the last today, as that is 16th of February 2023, the cyclonic circulation over Tripura is seen in a slightly northward location over East Bangladesh, and jet stream winds of the order 130 knots prevail between 30 to 35-degree north over the Indian region. Uh, a fresh western disturbance is also likely to affect the western Himalayan region from 18th February, associated with which we will have again recurrence of weather. Of course, isolated rainfall activity is continuing uh, over Jammu and Kashmir especially, but that is on account of divergence field in the upper levels, which is supporting light rainfall over this region. As clearly mentioned in the earlier slide, there is no weather warning per se for the entire country. Most of the country has very pleasant weather. We are in a transition phase, so the minimum temperatures are not likely to be very significantly uh, severe, nor are maximum temperatures likely to start becoming severe yet. Rainfall is also likely to be, as you can see from this figure, isolated, no more, only except maybe Jammu and Kashmir on 20th February, some fairly widespread is predicted. Otherwise, rainfall activity will remain scattered or isolated, mainly over the western and eastern Himalayan region. Rest of the country is likely to remain dry. If we see the rainfall forecast during the next 2 weeks, in the week one, as already mentioned, a fresh western disturbance is likely to affect the western Himalayan region. Associated with it, we expected, as I showed in the previous figure, light isolated to scattered rainfall activity over western Himalayas and northeast India, and no significant rainfall activity over remaining parts of the country. During week two, we are not expecting any significant western disturbance movement, but due to due to the divergence field, some isolated rainfall activity over western Himalayas, east and northeast India is still likely, and again, no significant rainfall over the remaining parts of the country. If we see the minimum temperature forecast, as you can see, it is not likely to be significantly not likely to dip significantly below the normal, and we are not expecting cold wave conditions over any part of the country during the week. We are likely to see the temperatures increase by 2 to 4 degrees Celsius over northwest, central India and Maharashtra, and 3 to 5 degrees Celsius over East India during this upcoming week. And but for the remaining parts of the country, temperatures will remain, that is peninsular India, it will remain slightly lower than normal. During week two, like I said, not much weather is expected. No significant western disturbances or easterly troughs are expected. So, correspondingly, near normal temperatures throughout the country. Again, cold wave conditions are not expected throughout the country. Overall, we can say weather will remain pleasant during the upcoming 1 to 2 weeks. So, enjoy this period before summer season sets in. Thank you. Namaskar. Jai Hind.